Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Leverage Edu live session. I am Mahima Baindur and I am the head coach. The topic that we'll be discussing today is all about business analytics. If you are someone who wants to pursue this program, stay tuned and keep watching. So, before we dive right in, I would like to just give you a little insight into what we do at Leverage. We are India's most trusted university admissions platform for studying abroad. If you are someone who wishes to start their journey in studying abroad, feel free to reach out to us. We at Leverage Edu help you to reach your dream school and your dream university. If you are confused about how to apply, where to apply, and when to apply, don't worry, we've got you covered. We help you in building your SOPs, we help you with the interview prep, we help you with the application process, and a lot more. You can reach out to us at leverageedu.com and avail of our services. Moving on, the topic, as I stated, we'll be discussing today is everything about business analytics. So there are a couple of subtopics that I will be covering within this. So I would be talking about what is business analytics and the scope of business analytics. Secondly, best countries for studying this program. And lastly, I'll be talking about the skills that are needed and the future career job prospects, right? Moving on, what is business analytics? Broadly speaking, in layman's terms, business analytics mainly improves an organization's decision-making skills through data and analysis, right? It is the process by which businesses use different statistical methods and other technologies that help the business analyze historical data, which then helps the business to take certain strategic decisions, right? I would say that it is a subset of data analysis and business intelligence, and all in all, it uses other methodologies like it uses data mining, it uses predictive analysis, and it also uses statistical analysis, which helps companies transform huge amounts of data into useful information that then helps the companies to take certain decisions and anticipate certain outcomes for the future, right? Moving on, I would say that there are, four kinds of business analysis. So we have predictive analysis, we have prescriptive analysis, we have diagnostic analysis, and we have descriptive analysis. Okay, moving on, I would also tell you all a little about the scope of business analytics, right? Business analytics is a domain which has gained immense traction in the past year. So even though the whole of the country was hit because of the pandemic and a lot of jobs and industries were affected, the career in business analytics kept booming because business analytics is something so important that it is required by every company, whether large or small. However big or small the organization is, business analytics is something that is needed. Moving on, I would say that business analytics has a wide range of applications. So you can use business analytics in customer relationship management, you can use it in supply chain management, you can use it in pricing strategies, you can use it in supply chain, you can use it in human resource, and a lot more, right? What do business analysts even do? There are a bunch of things that they end up doing. So, for example, you can use business analytics in developing marketing strategies, improving productivity, efficiency, streamlining processes. Okay. Moving on, I would like to talk a little about the best regions to study the MSBA program. Personally, I would be comparing UK Europe versus the US. So, based on my analysis and my research, I've boiled down to basically five parameters that I have chosen to talk about. The 5 parameters that usually students also look at is the alumni, the course structure, then you have the length of the program, the return on investment, leadership and diversity at the university, and lastly, job opportunities. These are key parameters that help every student take certain decisions as to which school to go to and which region to study at. right? I would say that the US is undoubtedly one of the best places to study the MSBA program. Why? Why is it so? It is because that it is the center for one of the most important business and financial hubs, and it has very reputed schools as well. Moreover, it's widely known for its technology and its business related programs, right? There are a couple of famous or reputed schools for the program. So we have MIT Sloan, we have Texas McCombs, we have Carlson School, we have USC Marshall, and Purdue, amongst a few, obviously, right? Now I'd say that the US does have a lot of positives, but it does have one or two negatives as well. Speaking of the negatives, one downside is the fees and the cost of living. As you all know, US is quite expensive to stay in, but the education and services after are unmatched, right? So speaking about tuition fees, I would say that the courses range from around $20,000 to nearly $80,000, right? And I'd say that the average fee is comparatively a little higher than the global average. But on the contrary, right, the starting salaries in the US are equally high. There are a couple of schools in the US that really do not charge you a very high tuition fee. For example, if you look at the Ellie Broad School, it charges you approximately $20,000, whereas the starting salaries after graduating from these schools is nearly $98,000. So all in all, the US is a country that will provide you with a return on investment. It will provide you with a return on investment, and and for you to gain the return on investment, it will take you at least around a year or two, right? Now, talking in terms of gender diversity, US schools give a lot of importance to gender and diversity, right? A lot of schools like UC Davis and Clark University, they have the maximum number of international students, say around 80%, right? Moving on, one more positive about the US is the flexibility of the program. So the US gives you the US gives you flexibility in terms of the number of credits that you can take per semester, right? You also have the option of undertaking a particular capstone project to end your semester with. So that will be your final project at the university, right? I would also say that most of the US universities have around 90% employment rates, and the graduates who graduate from these schools in the US have employment offers within 3 months of their graduation, right? Moving on, I would like to talk a little more about the UK and the European region, right? Moving on to Europe, is the second most popular destination for undertaking this program. It is home to one of the most oldest academic institutions, right? And I would say that the UK is one of the top paying employers for business analysts, right? So, for example, you obviously must have heard about the London Business School, right? London Business School and Imperial Business School are the two most famous schools for this program. There are other well-ranked schools like you have Warwick, Bath, you have Edinburgh. Around 80 to 90% of the students receive employment offers after 3 to 6 months of graduation, right? I would say that the UK is a good region and a good geography to look at this point because of the ease of the government rules, right? So now students who go to the UK are getting the 2-year post-study work visa, which gives you a lot more time to stay in the country, look for a job, and work as well. Talking about the tuition fees, the average tuition fees are approximately between £27,000 to £30,000, and the starting salaries start from around £60,000 per annum. All in all, I would say that the tuition fees is a little lower in Europe than in the UK and other countries. However, again, the US has gained immense popularity. One, because it is STEM accredited and it lets you stay in the country for a long period of time, and it also has high starting salaries, as I stated earlier as well. Right now, if we begin to compare the starting salaries in US versus Europe, US stands at a whopping $79,000, whereas the starting salary in Europe is say around $45,000. This is in dollars, not in pounds and dollars, right? Now, if you are a kind of student who is looking for a bit of a lower tuition fee, but still wants value for money, then there are a lot of institutions in Europe that can solve your problem. So you have institutions like ESSEC, you have ISADE and IE Business School, which are equally good. They rank equally well, but they have a bit of a lower tuition fee, right? In terms of gender and diversity, Europe equally values them, and around 70 to 80% again percent of the class has international students, right? I would say that in both the geographies, right, the benefits are unmatched. Things have changed. The COVID and the pandemic are getting better. Opportunities for students in the UK has also increased a lot of opportunities, right? So if you're someone who does not want to go so far all the way to the US, UK and Europe is a good region that you can consider to study this program, right? Now I would just like to talk a little about the skills and the career opportunities, because that is something that is of equal importance for every student, right? So moving on to the skills, there are a certain number of skills that will obviously help you while you're doing the business analytics degree. So these skills are not something that you need right before the program, or it's not a mandatory skill that you need, but these are just some computer softwares. If you know, it's going to make your life a lot easier at university as well. So for example, if you know computer softwares like Python, you know Tableau, you know SAS and R, these are some that are needed that are needed for you to apply while you're working, right? Now, the business analytics degree is something that prepares you as students to take up a lot of data-driven careers. Like you can take up roles in banking, you can take up roles in consumer products, you can take up roles in energy, government, healthcare, pharmaceuticals. The list goes on. You name it and it's needed, right? If I had to talk about a bunch of typical jobs that one can do after pursuing the degree, is you can work as a business analyst, you can work as an IT analyst, you can work as a quantitative researcher, you can work as a decision analytics associate, you can work as a project manager, you can work as a machine learning scientist, right? The options are innumerable. You just need to pick something that resonates with you the most and something that you are interested in the most, right? Talking about the most important sectors where the business analytics degree is of importance would be in multiple sectors, like you have finance, you have consulting, you have operations, you have non-profits as well, right? After graduating, students in the US and Europe both have secured amazing job offers from different MNCs. Like you have the big threes, you have the big fours, there's Amazon, there's MailChimp, there's Pfizer, there's Walmart, there's GroupM, right? There are other, apart from these jobs and securing these job offers, there are a bunch of ways that you can go on to secure these job offers as well. So one way your university will help you do that is by organizing networking fairs and job fairs. So, right, these networking fairs are such events wherein universities call in a bunch of companies and they let you know about the roles that they're hiring for. So it also lets you interact with people from different organizations. It helps you build your network. So by the time you graduate, there is something concrete in your hand, right? Another way in which students have received a couple of offers is when they have worked on a capstone project. So a capstone project lets you work on a live project with a particular company. So after the project, some students have ended up getting final offers from those companies itself, right? In the US, since the program is for a bit of a longer time, say 16 to 24 months, students in the US get to work during the summer and the winter. So you get to do a summer internship and a winter internship. So post that, after you graduate, if you have worked considerably well and you've built a sort of a network and a rapport with that company, there is a chance that the company hands out an extended final offer to you as well. So a lot of students have received full-time offers yet again after the internship, right? So just to sum up the whole thing, I'd like to say that business analytics is one of the most popular courses that students are going for lately, especially in the US and the UK. It is a career, I feel, that will remain in demand irrespective of anything and everything for a considerable amount of time, right? So I love to say that this is what I leave you with. I would want y'all to do your research as well. Do thorough research on understanding the course, understanding the school, understanding the geography. Take some time out, introspect, so that it'll give you a better idea and clarity as well. And once you have sort of decided what you want to do, you can always reach out to us at leverageedu.com. If you are someone who has already decided on pursuing business analytics, feel free to reach out to us right here on the chat. You can also reach out to us over email, or you can just hit us up on our website, leverageedu.com. And our counselors will then get in touch with you and we can get your process started. So feel free to reach out to us anytime, anywhere. Goodbye for now, and I will see you next time with another live session.